Hey, what's up everyone? It's your boy Asteroid here, and I'm super excited to let you know about my brand new Get Started Quickly Ableton Live project. This template has been designed with workflow in mind, including a really cool drag and drop system to help you keep your workflow moving forward. Let's take a look at the project. Inside, I've included the individual channels. As you can see, kick here. All you have to do is drag and drop your favorite kick sample into the instrument rack here. And then, as you can see, there are some further informations to turn on node 3 and look around 250 to 500 Hertz for the mud or boxiness in that area. Moving down to the kick build, it's got everything you need here, again with a 200 to 500 Hertz removal for muddiness or boxiness. I've also added a sidechain compressor with the source against the snare roll, so that when any kick rolls and snare rolls happen together, this will help you create some space between the two instruments. All you have to do is pull down the threshold until you get around 2 to 5 dB gain reduction. In the Subbase, all you have to do here is just drag and drop your favorite synth and sub patch, and then we have all of the EQ processing and LFO tool shape chain here. I've even included the MIDI for an offbeats, typical trance offbeat bassline here. Also guys, I'd like to demonstrate that these two nodes that have been boosted and cut here are made with a track in A minor in mind. These will change dependent on what key your track is in. For example, if the kick is in A minor or A, then I've removed 3 dBs worth of weight from the sub at the A1 fundamental just to allow room for the thump of the kick. And then I've taken it up 2 dB at A3 just to bring the presence of the sub through in the mix a little bit more. If, for example, you were working in F, you would move this to F3, and you would move this one to F1. This again is just to create space for the kick in those areas. Moving down, we've got the mid-bass group. All you have to do is drag multiple instances of your favorite synth layers in here. This would be the main group EQ if you like, but please by all means add an EQ after each individual layer to get the most out of the shaping. Down to the acids, I've also added a utility as well with some left and right panning or balancing happening as well, just to offer some movement across the acid mix. So again, like I said before, all of this has been done for you and designed with a drag and drop system in mind. So in here you can drag and drop your favorite snare for the build. Moving down to the closed hats, again, just dragging your favorite sample into a sampler here. Same with the open hats, same with the claps. All of the processing is already there. Same with the hat loop, that's an audio version. Same with hat loop 2. And then mid percussion loops I've added in with some EQ, but again, just bear in mind you would use audio samples for these. Plucks, I've even included the MIDI patterns or the MIDI clips here, just so you know where the elements should start and end. Same with the pad, bass pad, lead group, with all lead group processing here for you as well. Same with the vocal, with lead vocal processing for you, lead compression, and my favorite lead transvocal lead reverb as well. And then moving down just through some effects, up and down sweeps, reverse crashes, impacts or reverb kicks, and then down to atmospheres, again with all the kind of processing that I would use for my own tracks, including some compression at the bottom here as well, and also an EQ curve for background vocal atmospheres. I've also included my personal Asteroid lead sends to get those big wide lush reverbs. With these, and same with the pad one as well, with these in mind guys, what you want to do is dial in around, I would say around minus 25 dB for the pads, anywhere between minus 25 and minus 30, and for the leads you want to go anywhere between minus 20 and minus 25. Also, it's worth noting that you should sidechain the reverb sends on any drops where the kick and basses play. Okay, for example, from here to the breakdown you want them sidechaining. From the main drop to the outro drop to the outro is where you want them sidechaining as well. So just bear that in mind, okay? It's really simple. 0 means no sidechain, 127 means sidechain, so it would look something like this. For the main drop, you just pull this up to 127. For the breakdown, you would pull that up to 127. so that it's sidechaining all the way to the break and then off during the break. Okay, very, very simple to use. Just like that. Okay, cool. So with all of that in mind, guys, as I mentioned before, I've included the MIDIs so you know where the element should start and stop. And I've also included all of the processing that you may need along the journey. This is, of course, without any surgical cuts or resonant cuts required from certain sounds in the mix. That would have to be added again afterwards. But it's a great starting template. It's a great place to kick off your projects and ensure that you can just jump into the really exciting stuff and start writing your melodies and your bass lines. All right, I hope you found it useful. And don't forget to head over to my website and pick up your copy today. Thanks a lot.